Can you imagine? I once received money that I thought would turn around my business, and I still lost it. Let me tell you what happened. When I first got separated, I moved to Nakuru so determined to prove to myself that I can build my life by myself. And so I started a bakery and I worked on it by myself for quite some time before I decided to multiply my effort in 10 other streams. So what did I do? I got 10 employees from Kisumu. I brought them on board. I had done the math. I had analyzed the market, and I knew I got it right, or rather I thought I did. So what did I do? I took all my savings, I took my rent, invested in it in the stock. Okay? We began the journey, but 3 weeks down the line, things began taking a different turn. So this particular day, we've gone to work, we come back in the evening, we find the house locked. I remember how this is the shame I felt standing on that door. Behind me, there are 10 young boys and girls looking at me and wondering what happens next. I was scared. I was embarrassed. I felt like I had failed these kids because they trusted me. They bought my vision. And just my friends, just like that is how we ended up being accommodated in a clinic, a small clinic in Nakuru, in Shabab, by a doctor friend of mine. And so that night, and for several nights, which turned into weeks, my employees spent nights in the reception of the clinic. A friend donated mattresses and blankets for us to use for that period. And I spent the night on the doctor's ile kitanda yenye watu wanaangaliliwa inaitwaje. I spent night on that bed. Every night, whenever he would leave, I would pull down his curtain and use it as my duvet for the night. So that went on for several days, turned into weeks. So this particular day we were at work and a friend called. And I mentioned to him that the business is struggling. And he asked if there are things that I think I can do to turn it around. And I mentioned a few. And he asked me if I can put it on paper and I can speak before people and present my idea. And I said, yes. And so he asked me to do that. And I remember when he cut that phone, nilipiga nduru ya furaha. And I told myself, Belinda, you get an opportunity like this, you have to nail it. Nilitafuta laptop nikapata. I remember working my ass off the whole night and the following day just to put my maths together. And the third day from that phone call, I took a matatu very early in the morning to Nairobi. I did the presentation and I won the funding. And I remember telling myself that this time, this thing is going to work. And my friend, it did work for a while. What did I do? We moved to a different shop. We invested in more stock. We diversified our products. We got means of delivery. We were delivering to different shops, different towns. And we were doing well for a while. But then on 16th of January 2025, on my birthday, I lost the business again. And for the first time, I sat on that floor. I knew for sure the problem is not the business. Because I had done it for 7 years. I've had those highs and lows. Then the problem must not be the business, it could be me. And I remember telling God, Papa, I clearly have no idea what I'm doing. Please teach me. I had lost everything. I lost the marriage. My kids were home. They had been chased from school. My bakery imefungwa. I didn't have anything that I could fight for anymore. And I sat down. So 2025, the Lord took me on a journey and He taught me. And as we began this journey, I realized that my father was not in a hurry to restore the marriage, neither was he in a hurry to restore the business. He only had one mission, and the mission was to work on Belinda. And in that process, he began teaching me why my identity matters, why how I think matters, why how I make decisions matters, why how my relationship with Christ matters. And I remember this particular time when friends wanted to chip in and put up the bakery again for me, and the Lord told me to tell them, no. Why? Because he taught me that I could have another opportunity, another business idea, another another dream. But if I am still the same woman, I could easily reproduce the same patterns, but in a new environment, a new opportunity. And that is why he needed to work on me. And so the whole of 2025, we were in class with my father, working on me. Then early 2026, now he began opening up doors for me to share the truths that I had learned with my partners, couples, with ladies, with teenagers. And it's been one of the satisfying things that I've ever done. To just watch a couple that was on the brink of divorce to embrace these truths and apply them in their family. And 3-4 months down the line, they're the happiest couple on earth. It's been so beautiful watching a wayward teenager in 21 days just become a totally different son. And the father is like, Belinda, I don't know what you did, but keep doing it. It's been amazing to see a woman whose laundry and barber shop was taking a different turn, and watching her apply this truth in her business and just it flourishing in just a matter of months. And that is why, my friends, when I talk about the woman who builds, I don't talk from theory. I have lived it. I know what it feels like to receive an opportunity that can turn around your life and still lose it because you didn't have the foundations that can sustain it. And I also know what it feels like to sit before the Lord, to slow down and to allow Him to build you so that you're in a position to build whatever He puts in your hands. Okay? And so, my friend, if you're listening to me and you feel like you're in a place where you want to do this kind of work to yourself, you want to gift yourself this experience. And by this work, I mean that, my friend, you're going to unlearn things. You're going to take time to uproot things and belief systems that you had in you that are making you repeat the cycles. And it's painful. You're going to cry. You're going to forgive yourself. You're going to forgive people. So if you're ready to do this kind of work, we are meeting on 22nd of August 2026 at 10 to 12 p.m. It's a virtual meeting. You can join from anywhere. Come on board. Welcome to the room. But I don't promise you it's going to be a walk in the park. You have to do the work. I would rather work with 5 people who are ready to do the work than a class full of 50 people who just want to waste my time. Because this far, I didn't get this far by just wishing my way through it. I've had to pay the price. So if you're willing to pay the price, check out the link in my bio. Okay? As you do, remember this. Before you build that business, that relationship, build you first. Then it will stand. And this is the Queen herself, Belinda Mkui, for rebuilding with grace. Jesus loves you, and so do I. See you in class.